it's right here. We're setting the material to nothing. I mean the light direction to nothing. So we actually need to set it properly to set vector parameter. Light direction's a struct vector. Variable type. Alright, set vector. And what is this supposed to be? A linear color structure. Alright, so we should maybe change. Alright, why don't we see if that works? There we go. Okay, so if we wanted to change our light direction, like, okay, we wanted to set it to high noon, right? We'd set that to 0 and the Z to -1. Alright, I guess that didn't do anything. So negative 1. What if we set the Y to -1? So -1 should be over, yeah, over there. If it was -1, -1, -1, it should be up there. If we do that, it should be right there. So I mean, we would expect with another 0, it would be up there. So we could go almost vertical with it, but not completely vertical. Alright, and it looks like we're not using our inside of our material, we aren't using our light direction normalized down here. So now I should be able to change this around as I was, and it'll change the light as well. Alright. It's cool. So we can change the location of our moon just like we were able to change the time of day before. Now the other thing that should be happening is the stars should not be moving. Let's see if we rotate the skybox, if it actually if it rotates our object. No. It doesn't rotate our sun at all. Which is fine. We don't need to. Now, if I'm correct, these stars are actually our skybox itself, so we can actually reach it if we go far enough. Let's test my assumption. Fucking moon. Come out to greet you. That's what happens when you reach the edge of the universe. So we got this thing all saved and all that fun stuff. Get rotation, get the X direction. So let's see if instead of using the rotation vector here, we got the rotation X vector, which is the rotation of this thing. Get the X direction vector after the rotation. I mean, I would assume I've set a breakpoint on this thing, but it's not getting called. What was it? What was it having? Hit breakpoint unknown? Alright, so we're able to get our vector. Well, if the breakpoint stuff isn't working properly, then I can at least info log a lot of this stuff. So light direction is 1000. Alright, so what if we rotate? Alright, but when I set this thing up here, to make the vector itself and plug it in directly, we somehow lose the light direction here inside of the sky material. Is that because it's the negative light direction? The light direction is, alright, it's the negative x. Is it negative x? Oh, the x, yeah, it should be multiplied. I can just multiply. All right, so that's what we want to do with stuff like that. Is we definitely want, instead of a light direction, we want to be, you know, using the rotation of this thing. That's better. Much better. Let me just look some stuff. All right, so it says, I was just looking up the Twitch announcement. So as of today, affiliates have access to all subscription options. They'll have one sub emote for all subscribers, so I can make an emote now for everybody. So I should probably do that, so people can waste their subscriptions on me and get emotes. And just like partners, affiliates will be able to offer sub-only chat. Well, I'm sure I can just lock it down to, you know, the one person who subs to me, which will be myself. Or I can get one of my friends to use their Amazon subscription when they don't use Twitch. How do I upload? Go to your subs button appears. As soon as your sub button appears this week, you can upload your emotes. Go to your settings tab. Alright, that's pretty cool. Alright, awesome. Twitch gave us all the cool stuff to have fun with, which we'll have to have fun with later. Yeah, that is pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy with that. So that's pretty cool. We can control like the brightness of our moon / sun. We could replace our moon / sun with whatever the hell we wanted, and we're starting to be able to do stuff like the other sky sphere, the default sky sphere. We're kind of starting to be able to do the same things as that, but with more stuff actually. Like we actually have a textured blob thing off on our light source, right? Like the default sky sphere doesn't have that technology. So I will be right back, and then we're going to be messing with, I think, the clouds? Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. See what we can do with some of the rest of this. All right. So there are a couple things that I want to do. One of which is these stars are in the wrong spot. The stars should not be moving based on the texture coordinate 1. Because it's on the sphere, right? And that's a problem. We don't want it to be on the sphere. So we want to do the same thing like that we have otherwise, which is basically we want it's basically the same calculation we have here for the displacement vector. We're adding the absolute world position of the object. Oh, we're doing camera position. We're basically trying to get the texture coordinates at a different position. It's like a vertex shader as opposed to a pixel shader operation. Because we want the UV coordinates at a different place. The other option we could do is we could move the sky sphere along with our camera. So what do you think would be better? We could move the sky sphere along with the camera, or we could do this inside of here. I think maybe just move the sky sphere with the camera, because we never want to get outside of the sky sphere regardless, right? So the skybox should, every frame on update, yeah, it's pre-physics. We want to get the main camera. Let me see if I actually have anything to like get the current camera. It'd be nice to do it on an Unreal level. Let's see, get active camera Unreal blueprints. Let's just see what camera is the active one. If you're jumping to another area, like you'd want to move the camera anyway, otherwise it's a strict cut or whatever. Do they do anything like this? No, they don't have any camera built into their sky sphere. Alright, so we're going to get the camera component off of the player controller, and we're going to get Get location or get position. I get world location. And we're going to want to set world location. So that should happen every frame. Whoa. Access none, trying to get property, get component by class. We can't get the player character. Get component, get camera component. We just can't get the player character. Fine, we'll write our own functions to do it. I've got my own functions to grab this sort of stuff. And you can see the stars are no longer moving because the skybox is moving along with our camera. Alright. Alright, so we got that. Now we'd probably want to get some clouds. So the next thing on our list for mimicking this piece of concept art is, well, we can get the radial clouds going, but I think we want like the real clouds. So how would we do that? Or maybe we should get this outline circle stuff going. That would be cool too. Maybe the outline, the God's eye around the moon. And basically what that is going to be is it's going to be, we're going to need white circles coming out from the moon, right? Like they're going to have to be. So why don't we describe this real quick? So for the eye effect in the sky, we're going to need. Well, it looks like there's an angle. There's like a rotation angle for it. There are two directions, and we have concentric circles, and we have a set number of them. I made a new word. It's them, which is of them, shortened to just them. Anyway. And we need, so they have a set angle, they have a rotation angle. They are not full circles. And they need to fade in and fade out. So what kind of mathematical thing is that? And they need to be also centered at our point of light. So to get the center of the point of light and all that stuff, basically it's this. We could do, we have this sphere mask sort of stuff right here. We're normalizing and then we're normalizing it again. Alright, well we can get rid of at least one of those normalizations. Alright, so we take the camera vector, so we get our light direction, we get our dot product for our camera vector, and we're going to want to add to our emissive layer based on this. So the dot product is going to go from 1 to 0. So it's going to go from 1 to 0. So what we want to do is we want to maybe multiply this out by something like 360, right? And then we're going to want to take the sine? We don't have a. Alright, it's just sine like that. Alright. And we want to multiply it by our color. So we want to add this together in here like this. So okay, we're finished. We got the effect we wanted. our light direction with our camera vector dotted multiplied by 360. We'll want to clamp between 0 and 360. Looks like it's not a linear operation, this multiply, because the dot product is it's supposed to go from, we're supposed to go from 0 to 1, right? From 1 to 0, but it's going from, like, I guess this is in radians, right? So we need to, that looks pretty ridiculous. But that kind of does look like a gigantic eyeball looking at you. Jesus. How horrifying. I mean, it's kind of getting there. The problem is we're the way we're adding all this in here. Is we're getting an alpha effect. No, it's not. It's a negative color. It's a negative color that's happening. I like this preview right here. It's totally screwed up. It's like, I don't know what the hell is going on. Yeah, it looks like the dot product isn't going to do what we want because the dot product is not linear in its fall off. I mean, maybe we could multiply the dot product by itself and that would do it. That almost looks like a linear fall off. I mean, that looks fine, right? You keep messing up the UV tiling in your landscape? Yeah, or you messed it up and then previously it looked like, yeah, it's basically just bad math. So the thing is, I just need to find the right function here for the fall off for this thing and how to apply that properly to the terrain. And then we'll be good. You know, we're obviously getting close to what we want. We're getting our basic stuff and all that. And we'll be able to get our surrounding stuff and our bloom on that and mess with it how we want. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here because it's been how long? All the times. So thank you for joining me, and I may be on later, but I'll probably be playing games if I am. And we'll be continuing on with skies and all this stuff, and it's really important for us to nail this look for the game. So, and sky is a big part of that. So I do not expect to be done with this very shortly at all. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you guys have a good one.